man. The final word go hard, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
That's what we do, baby.
Yeah,
We
man.
everywhere.
Absolutely.
They go hard. You know what I'm saying?
They go hard too, man.
Yeah,
The community go hard.
It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. You know, I sit back sometimes and I say, bro, I really don't listen to no 4 other networks at all.
Yeah.
I get my content and just, you know, obviously from my local media, but then I listen to the family, bro. That's real talk. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. I love that, man. Because what happened here late at night, I just scroll through, I listen to your content, DMV, I listen to y'all, man. You know?
Yeah.
This is how it goes, man.
And so
the crazy thing about it is, it's so weird to me to listen to. I'll go to ESPN and I'm just like, what is this crap, bro? Like, what is it?
The final word. You can smell the bull sugar.
Absolutely.
With them.
Well, I tell you what, we on a real good run, you know, so everybody that's tuning right now, we going through our run. All right, so today we dealing with the offensive line. So we putting that whole thing together, so we gonna talk about all of it. All right, so we always start with our guys first, but then we cover defensive end, we covered cornerback, we covered running back, we covered weapons, and we still got a lot to go. So if you keeping up, you gonna enjoy this, man. So yeah, we all doing our part as a community to get everybody ready for free agency as well as the draft.
You will enjoy, I guarantee.
Yeah, man. So we gonna flip this one. Cause see, I want to start talking about tight end. So tight end is burning hot right now. What is going on, man? Did the combine just?
Yeah, I don't know.
Donnell Washington, Michael Mayer.
Yeah, that's the boy.
Kincaid, baby.
Yeah, man. It's I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on tight end. And then I wanna really talk about this. Then we gonna get into that offensive line. All right, let's do that.
Okay, no worry. I had my guy Jay Novacek, man, to body me on tight ends about 4 or 5 years ago.
What he say?
Oh yeah.
The final word. He said, I said the tight end is the 3rd hardest position to learn, and he said, nah, dog, it is second the hardest position to learn outside of the quarterback.
He said tackle.
Valid points. Offensive lineman. Tight end. I meant to say.
Okay, yeah.
What?
He said it's the 2nd hardest position to learn, because he said he broke it down like this. You got to know the responsibilities of the offensive line. You got to know all of the responsibilities of the wide receivers. And on top of that, you got to know what the hell you're doing if you line up in the backfield. So you got to know running back responsibilities. He painted me into a corner. He said, name me another spot they got to learn all of that outside of the quarterback. And he said he'll wait.
I'll give you one. Good point.
Only know what you
Nah, you're right. Yeah, I had to think about it.
Jay Novacek, he said it. In line, offline, yeah.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check this out? I'm really in the feeling of it. Yeah.
Let's get it.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
many of times.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something like this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb.
Every time.
Show didn't have us.
I will move down. The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin. We got to trade. We got to trade.
Boss Cowboy Sports in the OC.
We got to trade.
I said this is the place to move.
We were just sitting here talking Justin Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You the squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
Alright, man, so obviously it's been going down and free agency getting ready to kick off. But we also got a lot of other stuff that's getting ready to kick off, right? So we gonna get into some of this stuff, but before we start getting into what we talking about today, which is offensive line, I want to kind of just talk just a little bit, just real quick, real brief, about the explosion of tight end news, because it's been an explosion of tight end news. Like Tuck coming, and you know he'll be here a little bit later, but he even did a video. Let me just showcase this video real quick. Y'all make sure y'all go look at this channel.
Tuck.
Yeah, we got old.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Tuck did his thing on this video. So he did a video, you know, obviously on Dalton Kincaid, right? And Dalton Kincaid, obviously his name has been growing. So I guess what's y'all thoughts on tight end at 26, just in general? I'll start with you, Law.
Well, if I'm looking for a tight end, I look for a tight end that do things different from Jake Ferguson and also Peyton Hendershot. Now, Dalton Kincaid, he may be a good situation for us, but not at the 26th pick. Think about this. I want everybody to understand, too, that we naturally don't have organically the 26th pick. It's actually the 25th pick. Am I right or wrong? Because the Miami Dolphins, their pick is forfeited, right? So it really, there will be 24 guys selected before we get a chance to have a swing. And I'm quite sure that Dalton Kincaid is not the 25th or the 24th best player.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, D?
Me personally, I look at Dalton, I look at Kincaid's tape, and I don't see him do anything that just leaps and bounds better than what Jake Ferguson can do, better than what Peyton Hendershot. And Peyton Hendershot was a guy that was an undrafted free agent for us, and both of those guys as rookies, for a good portion of the year when Dalton Schultz was out, they were able to handle things. Personally, I don't think that we're hurting at the tight end position right now where we need to pick a guy at 26. I just think people are, adding a little bit of fluff right now when it comes to their draft analysis. But if we're being real, the needs are wide receiver, cornerback, possibly edge. About those positions, but tight end, I mean, that was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2, maybe even last year. But this year, I just think that maybe they're trying to get a little bit of push out of Kincaid or whatnot. But if he doesn't offer leaps and bounds better than what we have, man, I'm okay with rolling out what we got. Even McKinnon is all right too. I'm cool with rolling out the tight end group personally.
Right. And so,
but before you go, boss, let me ask DMV, because I need to pick his brain a little bit about this. What is your philosophy as it relates to drafting? Are you a BPA guy, or are you more of leaning on need guy, or a mixture of both? Which one are you?
I'm a BPA guy. Someone like what your needs would be, right? So obviously, BPA could mean that we need to get a quarterback, but obviously we have a quarterback in place. So that means we wouldn't take a quarterback there. But let's say BPA is defensive end. I might feel that we're strong enough at edge right now, but I'm thinking you can never have enough edges. Get me an edge. BPA is a running back. Although position that a lot of people don't value in the first round. Hey, we could use a running back. Give me a running back. So it just has to make sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, and then going back to tight end. When I look at tight end, this is my concern with any tight end. And I'm gonna start saying this every year. The track record on tight end is trash in the first round. It is It is trash. So for some reason, how many times have we seen like outstanding tight end tape in college that does not transfer to the league? You know what I mean? So just for me, especially when Cal Pitts, when he flamed out to me. And he was one of the most hyped dudes of all time. They was literally calling him generational, to the point I had to look up the definition. And a generation is between 20 to 35 years. And I was making a point that you see people like him, especially in his measurables, every 2 years. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm basically I'm going to put it like this, and I'm going to go around a circle one more time. I think and honestly believe, Law DMV, I honestly believe that the scrutiny on running back should be on tight end. What's your thoughts on that? We'll start with you again, Law.
You mean?
Oh, you go ahead, DMV. Go.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
You see what I'm saying? Like the scrutiny. Like the scrutiny they give. that they give.
You mean like a value, right?
Yeah. You know how people be like, don't draft running backs in the first round. I'm like, tight ends are worse.
Yeah, they are. Now, I will argue about Kyle Pitts a little bit, because I felt like his first year was a really good year.
Yeah, it was a good year.
Last year, injury, and then, what I'm saying, like, who ended up playing quarterback at the end? Atlanta was just a mess, bro.
Yeah, it was. But see, he's supposed to be generational, bro. See, Kyle Pitts ain't supposed to need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Pitts supposed to be so good that he a quarterback and he the tight end, bro. That's how good he was.
He was that the first year, though.
No,
he was that the first year.
He did put up good numbers his first year.
Up 1,000.
Now, just for a pushback a little bit, Boss and DMV, on your thoughts with this, is that most of the times when you drafted in the first round early, it means that your team was trashed the previous year, right? Yeah. And when I broke down earlier what Jay Novacek said, that the tight end spot is the second hardest position to learn, you got to understand too that now you got a guy that's young. Now he's supposed to know what offensive lineman duties are. He's supposed to know what all of the wide receivers duties are. And on top of that, the running back duties. Now I do know that sounds like babies, but it's also goes into what system you fall to, right? So for example, if the guy what's his name for Atlanta Cow, what was his name? Pitts.
I'm
Pitts.
so glad you forgot his name. I love
I
it.
forgot the man's name.
You don't forgot the man's name. I love
but
it.
if he went to Kansas City, you know what I mean? It would have been a whole different world, or a whole different thought track from him, right? Even if he would have went to the Cowboys, they probably would have worked with him out
to the Cowboys,
better.
he would kill. He would kill.
He would kill. Yeah. But he went to the Atlanta Falcons with an agent Matt Ryan and then a Marcus Mariota who couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat, man.
So it sounds like to me y'all low key still believing in Cal Pitts.
No.
I do. I do.
All right, let me ask you this, boss. So are you saying that Jake Ferguson can't handle the truth? Cal Pitts? Wait a minute, are you saying that Jake Ferguson is better than Cal Pitts right now?
Nah, I ain't saying that, man. I ain't saying
Okay,
that.
I'm just making sure where your mind
I'm
is
not
at.
saying
I'm just making sure.
I'm just sensing a little bit of love for Mr. Cal Pitts, man. I'm just sensing a little bit of like, you know what I'm saying? Some love going on. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. All right, so
I ain't gonna stay and hold you, ball. Hey, I wanted Kyle Pitts, bro. I wanted Kyle Pitts, bro. If he fell, I didn't want to go up and get him, but I wanted him.
He admitted it. He admitted it.
Hey, Kyle Pitts and Dak would be crazy. Kyle Pitts and Dak would be crazy.
No, he not a bust. I'm just messing with you, man.
Nah.
I just like to give people a hard time.
You give that boy a hard time down there.
Yeah, I'll be on Pitts
that's
head,
because
man.
he wanted to get rid of Zeke. That's what it is, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting my revenge. All right, so now we're going to talk about some offensive linemen because we always, when we talk about these draft shows, we start with our guys first. So, obviously, the news of today is about the reports on trying to rework Tyron Smith. So, obviously, man, that's big news, and I'm seeing a war on that, though. A real-life war. I'm seeing people that love it, DMV. I'm seeing people that hate it, DMV. I'm going to start with you. What's your thoughts, bro? We going to kick it off with you. You pro bringing them back? You against bringing them back? What's your thoughts?
I think it really just depends on the development of Theo. And from what I've been hearing, from people inside the building, from Stephen Jones's own mouth, he's ahead of schedule. He's been in the building more than any player that's been hurt trying to get themselves. So it really just depends on the health of Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele is close and he's ready to go for camp. I mean, I really just don't see a reason to really bring Tyron Smith back. Now, if Terrence Steele is going to miss some games and you don't want to rush the young boy back and y'all are working on a deal, then bringing and reworking him makes a lot of sense, and then you keep him on the right side. That's how I feel about it. But as it stands right now, from what I know about Terrence Steele and his health, I'm against bringing Tyron Smith back.
Now, here's my thoughts on this. Shout out to Terrence Steele. When he went down, Zach Martin said he was our best offensive lineman. So credits to Boss Cowboy and the OC for being a year ahead of everyone, right? With the Terrence Steele analysis and everything. And the problem is with our assessments is DMV and everyone that's listening. We considered a fool for a whole year. It takes time for us for the truth to be right?
Yeah.
And the problem is even with the Tyron Smith situation, I want to poll you guys right now. Who is our best tackles on the team outside of Terrence Steele?
Oh, it's definitely Tyron Smith. Definitely Tyron Smith. And I think you got to go with. You said without Tyron Smith, right?
Outside of Steele.
Outside of Steele, who's our best tackle?
It's Tyron Smith and
Tyron Smith, number one. Yeah, them two. Yeah.
And Tyler Smith is still, he got Similac under those ears, right?
Yeah.
He's still developing.
Absolutely.
He's still learning.
Yeah.
He haven't seen everything. And if he goes down and who you going to put out there? A Joshua Ball, right? Or whoever you draft in the later rounds? Because I don't think that the Cowboys drafting or Matt Walesko don't leave him out.
Hell no.
Yeah. So
you don't
it's
want
like, oh, hell no. So when Terrence down, we called Tyron and said, hey, play that right tackle. I don't see nothing wrong with Tyron Smith being a swing tackle. I don't see nothing wrong with us going into this draft and drafting a guard and keeping Tyler Smith at tackle. Nevertheless, it's up to Tyron Smith whether or not he's going to take the pay cut or the restructure, and I think that he's going to do that. And with that being said, he's going to be on his team again. So for those who crying about, hey, he's going to take away quality reps, well, that may be true because last time he played a full season was what? The Obama administration's, right? So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
He gonna get nicked up and knocked up, but at the same time, I would not throw out my best tackle.
Yeah, man. I agree with both of y'all, man, and I think it was a super dope analysis between you two. Because I'm also rocking with the main reason of what you said, DMV. Terrence Steele. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why people are mad. Because, see, if you trying to work on his contract to bring him back, he know what he is now. He the best swing money can buy. Like, I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. Now, if Steele was healthy, you know, and you trying to prioritize him and do this and that and all of that, okay, that's different. But Steele, when is Steele gonna come back? Based on when he went out, will we see him around mid-season? Mid-season, man, you better bring Tyron Smith back. You know, and I know everybody likes say he gets injured all the time. He never completes a season. Good. We don't need him for a complete season this time. We need him for a part-time season. You know what I'm saying? So give him part-time money so he can give us a part-time season and we can run it back. That's my thoughts on it. Did y'all have anything else on that?
Only thing I can say, you was talking about. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say we was talking about contracts last final word, right? Yeah. And how the Cowboys know how to craft up nice contracts for the offensive line. I'm ready to see Terrence Steele with a 6 to 7 year contract.
Ooh.
I'm ready, man. Y'all don't have to look. Here's my stance. You developed this dude. He was an undrafted, right? Starting, right?
Yes.
I don't see him getting any worse than that, ladies and gentlemen. So, look, go ahead and run to the table and say, this is the best time to offer him this contract. Yep. Offer him a 6-year deal because you know that is no way that he's getting back to at his worst than what you've seen him at, right? So you know he's going to be better than was any time that you saw him, regardless of the injuries or what have you. So give him a 6-year deal, spread that money out, and now you don't even have to worry about the right side until you figure out something what you're going to do down the line for Zach Martin.
Man, shoot. Yeah, and the funny thing about that, Law, is we do a lot of 6-year contracts, especially with our offensive linemen. We were showing that on that diagram the other day, how Zach Martin, Fredericks, then Tyron Smith had an 8-year contract, you know? So, I mean, excellent analysis on that. Did you have anything on that, DMV?
Actually, I agree with that, with Terrence Steele. That's what I was saying, like, let's work a deal. Before he got hurt, he was my number one priority in the offseason with getting him signed. I was actually, I didn't hate the idea of franchise tagging Tony Pollard because I'm like, let's get a deal done with Terrence Steele. I've seen enough of him, and we need to prioritize him, bro. We need to prioritize that tackle, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen enough.
I've seen enough, bro. But, for real.
But to that, Law asked me a question early on, and we're gonna get into some of these offensive linemen. But there's a good chance that BPA, with how this draft could go, with how people ran this, could be a tackle sitting at that spot. And it's like, are we still thinking about reworking a Tyron Smith? You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking. with that, so
that could happen. This class,
yeah,
that could happen.
yeah,
Look how it lays up for us.
This
yeah.
this
It's a layup
class
for it.
lays up. I'm gonna put it like this. It's so many tackles this class. This class is deeper than running back.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I could only pick a couple of linemen because I didn't want to be here all day.
Bro, I swear to God, I left off 6 linemen. Matter of fact,
I'm
no,
glad
I'm sorry.
y'all-
I'm
I'm
lying.
glad y'all
I
did
left off
y'all
about
homework,
14. Like, cause I only put my 3 star and my 2 stars. I didn't put my 1 stars. So, and I still took off 3 stars. Like, I had 4 3-star guys I took off. All right, let's get into this list and stop teasing. Here we go. All right, we're going to run through this quick. We got some film on this, too. Obviously, we're going to start with you, DMV. Let's get it, big dog.
Yeah.
So, your early wish list now, we going to start taking off early wish lists because at this point, we should be kind of getting it solidified, especially with the combine behind us. We know enough to really start ranking these guys. But so as of now, this is no rank. This is just a wish list. Let's go. Here we go. So we got your DMV. Let's talk about it. What you got?
Okay, so for free agent prospects, I only got one guy, Connor McGovern. So we follow the theme of we like our guys.
Yeah,
we
real.
like, to keep the stability. Connor McGovern, they love him in the building. I know Mike McCarthy and those guys love him. So if they want to bring him back at left guard, I don't think Connor McGovern had a bad year last year. I think he played pretty solid. It got to the point where he played so solid that they had a hard time getting Tyler Smith in that left guard. For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? While we wanted him to play, Connor McGovern was solid for us. Was he, great? I wouldn't say he was great, but I think he was good. And
He
I
was
would like to
starter
see
quality.
us build.
Can we say he was starter quality?
Absolutely. And I would say if we were going to bring him back, I'd like to see him build on the year that he had last year, which was his first year really starting. So I'm okay with bringing Connor McGovern back.
Yeah. Lau, what's your thoughts? Well,
Connor McGovern, he only allowed 1 penalty all last year, and that was the bullshit penalty against the Packers, right? And he allowed 2 sacks. And we talking about Connor McGovern versus what we had the previous at that spot. It was a complete upgrade. We saw that this guy Connor McGovern was stronger. He may have been a little slower. You couldn't pull him. He got concrete blocks for feet. But as far as his power, I mean, you can really like what he brings to the table. He sinks down. He covers pretty well. I think that he's better at run blocking than what he was at pass blocking. That's why you see the pass block win rate is one of the lowest or the worst in the NFL last year. So if you can get better at that spot and move him back as a swing guard, then yeah, do that. You talk about this earlier, Boss Cowboy, that there were so many tackles that you left out. Yeah. And I didn't do my homework on that. That's why I'm leaning on you guys. Meaning that now, if you sure about that, then you can draft a tackle. You can still have Tyron Smith as swing tackle and kick Tyler Smith back inside. Now you have your power down inside and all of those inside zone runs. Baby, man, good.
And see, DMV hit it right on the head. I swear to God, DMV, you hit it right on the head. When you look at this many tackles and guards, that's likely go be the BPA flashing at us at 26. We gonna be looking at a need versus a awesome player. It's almost certain. It's just too many tackles and guards. It's a lot of them this year. All right, so let's go through your list some more, bro. We still teasing. Here we go.
Absolutely. I already know Law had him. I was like, I'm gonna put him anyway. This dude's an absolute tank, bro. Like, and here's the thing: when we was watching the edges, I had an opportunity to really get a sneak peek of them because Ohio State's offensive line was really, really good this year, and the best offensive lineman in this draft is Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State, and oh my God, cold. But you look on the other side, bro. Man, DeJuan Jones is just absolutely murdering people. Now, I wouldn't say that he's the most flexible, but what I really got to look at him was when the OC broke him down a couple weeks ago when you guys were talking. And, I'm just thinking, all right, I done seen him. Now you seen him line up against some of the best edges.
Yep.
You see him at the Senior Bowl just tearing stuff up. I mean, if he's staring at you, right? I don't know.
Man,
if he's
you gotta get him, DMV.
Yeah, you got to, bro. Hey, he was killing people at the
Man.
Like, I don't have a whole bunch of technical stuff to really say about him.
But
other
your
than
eyes.
he's just like you. Yeah, you watch the Game of Thrones? You watch the game? Anybody watch the Game of Thrones?
What?
He's the mountain, bro. He
Oh,
is the mountain.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Whoa. Should I hit him with it? Law, should I hit him with it?
Dracarys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, bro,
Yes,
when you watch Ohio State's offensive line, they made some grown quit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's on tape. I ain't gotta tell y'all. Just go watch it for yourself.
Yeah, they
But
nice.
yeah,
They both are nice.
yeah. Ohio State offensive line was on it. So that's all I got, bro.
Well, I know you got something on Jones, Law.
Yes, indeed. Now himself, 6'8", 359. I just say 4,000 pounds, man. The dude got a wingspan that can cover left to right, and I'm talking about if he do like this, if he hold his hands out, it will cover all of the LOS. So I like that because that makes it harder for the edge rushers to get under him and get from around him. Remember, they used to say that Tyron Smith, man, when he get his hands on you, it's over with, right?
Right.
So the same thing with Jones. When he get his hands on you, it's over with. All movement stop right then and there. Now, can he get beat? Yes. Is he a little raw? Yes. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. News flash. Everybody that's coming out of this draft, they working on something. No one is a complete product. It's always something that you're working on. And if not, then you should already have the gold jacket, but that don't work that way. So I look at it like this: if you get Jones in the second round, man, that will be a steal for us.
My.
Where do y'all have Jones at? Do y'all looking at him at the 26th spot?
Hell yeah.
At the 26th, he wouldn't fall that low.
Well, let me make a case. Let me make a case.
He wouldn't make it to 58. That's it.
He will make it to 58.
He wouldn't make it to 58.
Well, we got so many picks. We got so many picks, ladies and gentlemen, that why not trade up? You get your first round pick, trade down in the second, and go scoop them up, and then wipe your hands with it.
Man, and say, I think DMV hit it, man. What's up, landlord? I think we getting ready to be stirring at a great deal at 26. I'm gonna be fussing at the TV too, cause see, it's so many options we can do too. It's so many options. So if we get us a tackle, a quality tackle, you know what I mean? You can then make Tyler Smith a what? Awesome guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you also got the best depth with T. Smith. Hey, man, don't get me started, man. I would cry if we got a quality tackle. I don't care about no receiver. Give me a receiver next year. If we get what, man, don't get me started. Let me go back to your list. You get me started, boy, DMV, man.
My bad, bro. My bad. Osiris Torrance guard from Florida, bro. And here's some of my notes on him. Great strength, great anchor. He has a lack of hip flexibility, but he's still a force with those hands, bro. Very, 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 very strong hands. Somebody did a breakdown of him.
He had great tape versus Georgia. Oh, see, we said it at the same time. I swear.
Jinx.
Boy, that boy Georgia tape was nice. But go ahead.
Yeah, him and Jalen Carter, they went at it, and I don't think it was much of a fight, bro.
It wasn't. I would still say Carter
saying?
slightly edged him, but it was slight.
Yeah,
and Carter is arguably the best player in the draft. Arguably.
Absolutely. And the reason he was able to beat him
physicality is there.
Yeah, the physicality. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was because of athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the athleticism is what he needs to work on. But you get him in here with Duke, what we talking about here?
Look at that bench press.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Look at that bench press. That bench press is... But you know,
But some people play stronger than what their bench is, bro.
and then
I think
sometimes
he's one of
them
those
long
people.
arms can make you also appear weak. Sometimes I don't know if I need to look at his arm length. You know, that ain't saying a lot. But I'm just looking at that though. Just in terms of like when you
23
say
rep.
strength, yeah. I'm just looking at it. But what else you had on this dude? You good on him?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's go back to your list. All right, so we going back to your list. All right, what else? Let's go back to it. Now,
We
go
got
ahead.
John Michael Schmitz
Yeah, John, I
out
like
of
John.
Minnesota, bro.
Yes.
And by the way, I meant to say that Osiris got an informal meeting with them, but
With
I got
Dallas?
2 stars next to. Yeah, with Dallas. John Michael Schmitz got a formal meeting with them. He's a center, but I think that a lot of people believe that he has position flex. He had good senior footage, has a very good anchor. So one thing that I'm really big on with offensive linemen is being able to have an anchor against, the bull rush. John Michael Smith appears to have counters to people having counters. So great anchor, blocks through the whistle. He's a better athlete than given credit for. Can stay on double team a little bit too long sometimes though in the zone blocking, from what I watch. But and his initial punch is a bit average. But I think that he's a guy like a lot of people. Can you upgrade at center? I think he might be a little better than what our center is. But if he can play guard, then I'm all for it. I love the way that he plays. I love the bit of violence that he plays with. And he's a very, very solid prospect.
Yeah, now see, DMV, I learned about this dude from you. I checked out his tape because I check out y'all tape. When y'all see me y'all list, I go check it out. I'll be like, let me see what these boys
Check it
talking
out.
about. He nice, bro. He a nice sleeper center, bro. He is. He is a very
Is he
nice.
better than that Steve kid from TCU?
Well, what I love about him,
Avila.
I wouldn't say he better than Steve, but I would say to the DMV point, I love how he plays. He's a quality finisher. He old school. You know what I mean? He quality. He plays very, very old school and technical. You know what I mean? But he plays football through the whistle. He plays all the way through the whistle. Now, DMV, you hit this one, bro. Like, so y'all, listen, y'all go look at this dude, because I learned about this dude from DMV. So when I put him in a book, I got that from DMV. I ain't gonna even lie. Let's go back to your list, bro.
Okay. This might be everybody's favorite guy from the Senior Bowl, Cody Mock out of North Dakota State. Tackle. He played left tackle for them, but a lot of people believe going to play guard at the next level at Senior Bowl. Played a lot of left guard. The first word that I got is nasty.
Yeah.
Dude is nasty, right? Tackle versus guard flexibility. I call him somebody that is like a culture piece. Like the word, the description that I got for him is Mick Foley. Like, I know that y'all are old,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? WWF attitude people. This is Mick Foley right here, bro. Got the hair and everything. Got the gut hanging out.
He look like a fat Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley, let's go.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He look like a Viking. But you have to be,
do that.
he has to be careful not to take his matchups a little too personal. Sometimes hands can get a little bit wide, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes in taking those matchups personal, you can get a little bit of penalty. So you got to watch out. Next guy, Matthew Bergeron, tackle, guard from Syracuse. This is a sleeper right here.
Yeah, he my top sleeper too. That's what's crazy. We got the same top sleeper. He is also my top sleeper, bro. And we didn't even talk before the show.
Yeah, man. I love his power, bro. I love I love how he can set the anchor. He's about as solid as they. He has a little bit of trouble with that athleticism sometimes. He's a raw, but like we talk about, you get him in Dallas and you get him with Duke, you looking at another's Terrence Steele, bro.
Easily.
And I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with your analysis. 100%. I don't like this draft class like Law say. What you say, Law? I love this class. The only thing I can tell you about this class, DMV, and let me go back to your list. The only thing I can tell you, bro, I know we got priority needs, but it's too many quality tackles and guards in this class to pass up. This is a starter grade class that's gonna likely go down to the 3rd round. You gonna be able to get starter grade talent down to the 3rd and 4th round. What's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, cause I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing a lot of people worried. Honestly, I've been seeing a whole lot of people worried and crying. They've been, what we gonna do about offensive line? This is the year you can do something about it.
You can retool.
You can super
and
retool.
You know, if you guys don't like ball, you got some guys that can get ball up roster, brother.
Easily. This will get ball up out of here. All right, man. Then we got Joe. You got your last one, Joe.
Yeah. So for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why nobody's talking about him. He didn't get a visit with us or anything. Center, but I think he has guard, man. High IQ, man. You know what I'm saying? Able to make adjustments. He makes all the calls up front. Great reaction, good athleticism, man. He could be a little bit lower, but you know what I'm saying? Wisconsin, bro. Like Wisconsin, they breed, and we got a center from Wisconsin right now. We had a center from Wisconsin before him. So why wouldn't we go back to the well? You know what I'm saying?
Watering well, yeah. Hey, if you stroll down again, boss, I see it already. It says IQ somewhere down there, don't it? It says IQ.
Yeah,
absolutely. Keep strolling down. I see
high football IQ. You're right. It's right.
High football IQ.
And you can see, and you can see it. You can see it in his pulls, and you know what I'm saying. You can tell when the center is making calls, the mic, and all of that type of stuff. So, yeah.
No, damn good list, man. Let me go and get to my list, real quick, DMV. Let me get to mine, and then. Because Jay Tuck, he ain't make it yet. I think he got caught up. But see, he has Cyrus also on this list. I want to talk about Steve, which is a hybrid player, like guard and center. And then there's a lot of people talking about Andrew Voorhees. That's one of his favorites. And then obviously Paris Johnson on this list. Peter is on his list, and my list top guy on his list. Antoine Harris on his list top guy on my
that's
list.
A sleeper right there.
Man, that's my top sleeper. Matter of fact, I was struggling. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna make him my number 1 tackle, bro. Dead serious about that too.
I picked him on a mock draft at 26. I ain't give a damn.
I love you for that too, bro. I bet, like, cause his tape is easily 26. Then Broderick Jones. You know what I mean? Good list. Now this is mine. Sorry, here we go. Let's go through mine real quick. I'm gonna be quick. So I gave Peter 3 stars, Broderick 3 stars, tackle, Paris obviously. But see, I gave him 2 stars based on being a top 5 projection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Cause I don't do it based on your talent. I do it based on the location of being able to pick you as well. You see what I'm saying?
Can I say something before you go on to Braden?
Yeah.
If I'm Chicago, bro, it sounds funny, bro, and I don't know if it's been done. If I was Chicago and I can't find a trade partner, I'm taking Paris number 1, bro. Protect my quarterback. But hey, I don't make those decisions.
Nah, I feel that. Like, easily. This class, you could easily do that, you know? And then, like I said, Antoine, bro, like, I'm leaning on making him my number 1 tackle. According to my notes, and according to my notes, and I don't go ask people permission when I rank these guys. I don't go look around and put my finger in the air to see what people are thinking. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I just look at the tape. And the tape, in terms of how he played, the physicality, the finishing, and all that kind of stuff. But then it's even more. See, we talked about Matthew. You know what I mean? As one of my top sleepers. Like, and I gave him a 3-star as a sleeper. Jordan McFadden, nobody talking about him. I gave him 3 stars. Nick, ain't nobody talking about him. I gave him 3 stars. You know what I mean?
Man, y'all homework on those guys.
Man, and he's a tackle slash guard. And it's a lot of tackle slash guards in this class. Like,
a lot of flexibility, period.
Man, this is a flex class.
Period.
Somebody gonna drop to the second and third.
Exactly. Yeah, somebody gonna drop to the second.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that is certain. That is certain. So anybody, because we've been getting a lot of people Boss, we needed to get an offensive lineman. Now, all right, it's gonna be a starter grade offensive lineman at pick 2. It is. Almost certain on that. All right, so let me finish my little.
I think the last team that started 2 rookies at tackles or what have you, the Seattle Seahawks. They started 2 rookies and they made
got through the year.
It to the playoffs.
They made it to the playoffs.
They got it through the year.
Yeah.
So it's possible, y'all. You can draft one of these rookies and prepare yourself at that spot. But I liked how you did the first guy, Peter, and then you ran off from his last name. So if he got a difficult last name, look, go take a real good look at him.
He had no Western too, bro. No Western. Hey, no Western's starting to be a factory.
Low key, they are. Low key,
they are. Tough.
They doctors and lawyers coming out of that school.
Somebody to his level.
They offensive lineman.
Somebody, see, I have a feeling this is gonna be that Ron Ramczyk class. See, remember Ron Ramczyk Law had a top 15 grade, and he slipped past 27, and the Saints got him. We passed on him for Taco. Trying to do, we had a defensive end need. Say, if one of them tackles sitting there, if I put it like this, if Ron Ramczyk sitting there, get him. Get him. Quit playing.
Ball.
Get him. Go ahead.
I know I've asked you this before, but how many true first round grades are there? Are 13, 14 first round grades? Or are there more this year?
I'm not even done grading. I ain't gonna cap. I would be capping if I said, oh, it's 20. I'm not finished. I'm still grading. Give me 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks?
Give me 2 more weeks. See, because you know what I'm doing is I'm basically, like we all doing together. I'm looking at it class by class. And then after I look at the position groups, I go take all my first round grades and I put them together. And then that's how I come up with my 50. I start ranking all my first round graded guys. And that's when after I sort them out, and I haven't sorted it out yet, then I'll be able to tell you how many did I have as first rounders. And obviously I'm gonna have that because I should be done or almost done with the book in about 2 to 3 weeks. And then I have all that ranked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, one thing we can do is look at historical data too. Like people that the Cowboys visit, like the Dallas visits, as well as who they met. I think that they are right at 100% in the last 20 or 15 years of drafting someone from that list. So we can start looking at that list and start critiquing that list and say, okay, they visit that guy 9 times out of 10. They're gonna circle back to that dude.
And DMV was talking about that before we got started. DMV talk about that, like how you was looking at the Cowboys, and that kind of how you came up with your list.
Yeah, so really what I was looking at, Professor O did an excellent job putting that together. So I was looking at guys that had formal visits, informal visits, and I was just like, all right, let me start narrowing some of these guys down to one, because this is a Cowboys show.
Right.
So we need to look at who the Cowboys are looking at.
Right.
So that was what I was thinking about that. But I also was like, hey, who are some of the guys that really fit the mold that maybe they just haven't gotten to yet, that fulfill some of the things historically that we've done very well, which is Wisconsin center.
Right.
Really, looking at the Senior Bowl, looking at going back and looking at some of the one-on-ones that went. Look at this Matthew Bergeron kid. Let me look more into him.
No, your list is fire, bro. Listen, y'all need to go back and rewind that show and go look at the film on all them balls DMV had on there, man. That boy smoked that list. He smoked it.
I got a super chat from Coach Marv. He says, Law, also Tampa Bay started 2 rookie offensive linemen the year they won the Super Bowl. Shout out to you for that nugget.
My boy,
Coach Marv be on it.
Coach Q said Cyrus is overrated. Yeah. Steve, Avali is nasty. Yeah, see, Steve on my list too. Yeah, and I know you love Steve, and the more and more I look at Steve, the more and more I'm starting to love him too. Appreciate the super chat, Coach Q. All right, real quick, let me get through my little list real quick. Now, let me talk about these free agents. All right. So on the free agent list, we like our guys. Obviously, that's Connor McGovern. I think Connor McGovern is probably the best value too. Just to be honest, he should be the best value because there's not a lot of tape on him, right? Versus and this is why we should be able to get Connor McGovern back. I'm gonna tell you the main reason we gonna likely get him back is gonna be economics. It's gonna be economics. It's gonna be supply and demand. So I've already went through the free agent class, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the free agent class is deep this year for guards. It's deep. It is deep. It's so many marshals. I got so far about 6 to 7 marshals. People with former first round grades that's due for contracts right now and a lot of starting experience. Bill Price was picked before in the 21st round out of Arizona. Justin was picked 19 playing for Arizona. Roger was picked 33, 1 round out of the first round playing for Buffalo, free agent right now. Dalton Risner picked at in the second round, pick 41 for the Broncos. Max, pick 55 for the Bengals. Will Hernandez, we know him. We know him.
We love Will Hernandez. We wanted him bad.
Hey! Before you go into more details of all of this, for those on my side, when he says marshals, he's talking about like TJ Maxx, Burlington Cofactor,
right.
You know. So with all of that, I see a pair of shoes, a polo shirt, and a belt. You can match. You see, sometimes you can't match, but I see stuff you can match over there, boss.
Bro, like you can definitely match and see and when you see this many, that mean that likely all these people go probably make it hard for Connor to get a contract because the market has so many options. See, if it wasn't a deep class, then Connor could get outpriced. But the supply and demand go likely make Connor McGovern the top candidate to come back, and he gonna be a good deal. Watch him be like we gonna look at the deal, we gonna be like, damn. But bad year for you to be a free agent. Just keep it real.
Who's better than Connor McGovern out of that Marshals list right there?
I would almost say everybody because all of them got more experience.
I was about to say damn near everybody.
Yeah, because they all got way more experience. Yeah, they all play guard versus Connor McGovern is kind of music of chairs.
So my guy Steven Jones is doing the Birdman hand like this. Gonna get McGovern at that low. He gonna get him with that low. We like, oh God,
he gonna get him with that low. He gonna hit him with the low. Facts.
What's the most important getting him back? The most important thing is he knows the vernacular. He knows the verbiage.
Yeah.
He has the chemistry with the current lineman. So you're getting for cheap.
Yeah.
And he has all those things, and you don't have to break any other guys. So that's the most important thing about getting him back.
Yeah. And I'm almost certain when I did my analysis, you can almost put money on this, man. Connor McGovern will be back. He gonna be back for certain.
With that bottom dollar, yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
welcome
back.
It's the market. Welcome back.
But I'm gonna say this before we do our final words. But I'm gonna say this: if we was gangsters, we could upgrade too.
I like attitude from her.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I like attitude.
You see what I'm saying?
Right there.
Yes.
We're gonna get the fight.
If we was gangster law, if we wasn't about this our guys, right? If we wasn't on it, we could upgrade the guard position this offseason. We could have that left guard absolutely sick. Real talk.
But you know, Steven ain't gangster. Steven ain't gangster. He's
not
like
gangster.
Lumberg.
Right. He is not gangster. Right.
We don't like that around these parts.
So this is the deal, man, for everybody that's watching. When you watching these shows, as you can see, we go give you the whole analysis. So, you know, we talked about those draft candidates. We go come back again and we go break down a film even more. You know, because we kind of giving you and introducing you to the names and the list to where y'all can go research. But then we go come back with we go break these prospects down even more about a film going forward so you can know who they are. If you haven't watched the previous videos, make sure y'all go check that stuff out because we breaking every one of these out. And then
Fire.
Coach Marv said betting on Collins ball. So yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. That's if we treat him right though, Coach. You know how that go. You know how that go. But yeah, man, you know, so today we dealt with the offensive line. One thing that I think everybody should get from this particular show, we shouldn't be as concerned about offensive line. Y'all feel me? We shouldn't be, because it's just too much depth. We already, first of all, got a lot of depth, right? That's number one. Two, the class is super deep as draft candidates. Three, free agency also super deep. So why are we worried about building, rebuilding, retooling, or anything in our offensive line? So let's get into our final words, man. We'll kick it off with you, DMV.
Hey, man, once again, bro, appreciate being a part of you guys, man. You guys better at this content creation thing and really just studying, bro. I spend a lot of time studying these, these prospects and stuff like that because I'm around a bunch of guys who are going to challenge me if I don't. And I also look forward to seeing you guys are going to have on this list. I appreciate all of the fans for tuning in, man. We got the best draft show there is out there. Not only do we break down players, but we're able to teach. So I'm just thankful to be a part of this crowd, man.
Let's get it. All right, look, and then on the final word, for me, when it comes down to offensive line, I'm preparing myself mentally to what DMV said, exactly what DMV said. I'm preparing myself mentally to be watching a steal sitting there at 26. I'm just preparing myself. I'm preparing myself to be like,
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna jump up and nobody gonna know why I'm jumping up.
Yeah, I'm like DMV. I see sitting there like
Zach Martin.
Yeah, a Zach Martin. That's what I see. I see that
I lost
happening
my
in this draft,
mind, bro.
I can see that happening in this draft. I can see a Zach Martin happening in this draft. And then some of the fans gonna be mad. It's gonna be a repeat where people gonna be mad because they want a weapon, and it's gonna be like, we couldn't pass up on that. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I see coming, man. I really do. I'm excited about offensive line. I ain't worried about offensive line, and I like everything that they doing with offensive line, including Tyron Smith as insurance. I love it. That's my final word. I ain't got no complaints at all, nowhere.
Yes, indeed. The draft itself is a day process, right? And one can argue a 4-day process when you get it to bring in the undrafted people. I will tell you guys, with the first pick, we actually have the 25th pick outside of the track. So that means that there will be 24 other guys front of with the availability to pick up someone. I urge you guys to check around draft boards or do your own homework to see, right, the top 50 guys. Somebody's more than likely on this team. Now, we do in a situation to get better and all football. I think that Boss Cowboy, DMV, they just laid out a beautiful blueprint of way and find a tight end in the free agency and also an offensive lineman in the free agency, and over that find a guard or a tackle in the draft that can change the complexion of this team. Keep in mind, we was 12-5 last year, not 12. We don't wholesale changes. We probably need 1 or 2 picks to hit this team. So let's find a way, Cowboy Nation. Don't be doom and gloom. Right, the off season, everybody's 0-0. Everyone. So don't listen to the negative connotation from the 4-letter and the 3-letter network. Their job is to design to sully and denigrate us and tell us we are delusional for rooting for our team. Hey, it is what it is. I don't care how long it's been. It's still civil. I'm gonna stay true for nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. This is one of the best draft shows of all time. the final word with my boys. Let's go.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
I
right.
love it.
Hey, what we doing next week? Safety, right? Safety. We said we was doing safety, right?
We might have to now. Knowing about Donald.
I just wanna
All right, we
run it
doing
up.
safety.
Come check us out.
Hey, we can start mock drafting that thing.
Yeah, then after that, yeah, you're right. We gonna start mock drafting. That's what we gonna do. After we finish safety, that's when we gonna start mock drafting. That's cool?
Let's get it.
Y'all looking for Smith? Y'all check out. Oh yeah, check them out.
To me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something
Every
like
time.
this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb. Oh.
Man. Man, boys got skills out here, man. That's all that's showing. Boys got straight up skills. Real talk.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically
This could be a trade down here with Justin.
Hey, you still got to say, I need them.
We got a trade.
Yeah, I'm about to bring them back. I'm about to bring them back for the draft show this year.
We're just here talking Justin Fields.
That was fire, bro.
Oh my God, this is a place to move down.
Go hard. Go home.
Oh my.
Go hard.
Man, we be working, man. That's all this show, man. We be working. Man, you got us messed up.
Go hard.
Everybody, they need to all make us consultants for the Cowboys. Every one of us, they need to be like, hey,
Hey,
man, we gonna give you
I'm
a
with
check.
it, bro.
We gonna
Give
give
me
y'all
a check, Darren.
Y'all
I'm
go
good.
hard for free. So how much y'all gonna do if we paid y'all?
I love Parsons
For
as
real.
a rush defensive end.
Oh,
This was
Draft him and
this
you
was
put him
on,
the
dead
end,
on.
turn him into another DeMarcus
Yeah.
Ware. Let him
Yeah.
rush the quarterback.
At
He don't
DMV.
do
Y'all
great
hit that
damage
like,
to
man.
the opposing offense.
Hit that like for
Hit
real,
those like
man.
button.
Here it is.
We got the
I
pick.
forgot because I see you on the 28 likes. Hit them like.
I'll hit the likes. Come on.
Hit the likes.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now.
Well, Lau jumped up on that
In
camera.
my head, I'm top 10. Yeah, that's
He
hands
did.
down.
He was on beat too.
Oh yeah.
Nigga looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129.
I don't need no damn tight end at
I'm
26.
good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes.
Need the Wisconsin boys,
he
baby.
Can actually
I'm
make
with
Go
you
back
on
to the
that.
well.
I'm
The
with
Reese
you. Go
car
back
like
to
a
the
turn
well.
called filling up.
And DMV, you gonna be right on that even more this year.
I know.
This is gonna be the year
Yep,
everybody
I can't
gonna
wait.
look at what you said like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? This gonna be that year when Schultz gone.
We saw flashes of it this
Yep.
year. Kellen was
Yep.
just faking.
He was faking. Yup. Facts. Man, let's get it, man. This is the final word draft show. We gonna be starting them simulators after next week. It's gonna get super dope. Y'all stay with us.
When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go hard, go home, go hard.